Hiya and welcome to another one of my videos in this series of videos where we're talking about the real truth behind the safety of our lash products in an regulated industry. Basically, I've covered lots of topics in this, so please make sure you go and watch the other videos. But it all started off with me being allergic to lash adhesive back in 2014 after 2 years exposure. And this set me along my journey of trying to stay within the lash industry, an industry which I loved and didn't want to leave because I had been poisoned basically by crap quality products that I knew nothing about back then. But it led me on a journey to produce some of the safest lash adhesives and liquids in the world, UK produced under very strict manufacturing conditions, unlike what we find out in the Far East. Visit my other videos to know what I'm talking about. And yeah, that's what brought me onto here. So I'm doing a series of where I'm talking about all different aspects of product safety, and it's all to help educate you guys to know that what you're buying is safe. And in this video, I'm going to teach you or give you a list of questions that you can ask your suppliers to ensure that the products that you are purchasing off them are safe. Now, just to recap, because if you're coming to this video and you haven't watched the other ones, you might be thinking, what's this about? The problem is that most lash suppliers have no idea about product safety. They don't know what goes into their ingredients. They just buy from suppliers in the Far East who they're trusting that say that their products are safe, and they're not. And don't believe me, watch my other videos and you'll see why this happens. It's not always the supplier's fault, but I do think a duty of care is towards suppliers. If they're going to sell products to lash artists, they need to know their stuff when it comes to what they're selling. So I'm going to provide you with a list of questions to ask your lash supplier so that you can ensure that you are making safe choices and you're not just being blinded by the fact that they have a fancy brand, they've been around for a while, everybody recommends them on a forum, so they must be good quality. It is not the case, unfortunately. I wish it was. I'm not here to bash suppliers, I'm just here to tell you the truth of what goes on in an unregulated industry with crap that comes out of the Far East, unfortunately. Now, the first question you need to ask, number one, where was that product manufactured? I'm sorry, and I always get shot down in flames for this, but if it comes out the Far East, run, 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 run. And if you want to know why, watch one of my other videos that talks about the real truth of what is made in the Far East, why their standards are much lower than ours, and the truth about their products that go through no purification to make them safe to be used in the beauty industry. So you need to be asking where the product was manufactured. If it's coming from the Far East, run. To be honest, you need it to be coming from the UK or somewhere in Europe. Germany is a very good producer. Unfortunately, places like the USA, Australia, you don't have manufacturers out there that I know of. I might be wrong, but that's why I'm saying these countries, okay? But Far East, I would never use anything on me like lash glue, liquids, anything that's going on my face, whatever, that's coming out the Far East. And I have my own personal reasons for that, which is why I'm here talking about that today. Question 2, you want to see a complete ingredients list for that lash adhesive. Most lash suppliers don't list it on the website, which, depending on what your regulations are, you don't have to. The only problem is though, and yeah, you want to see the ingredients, what these suppliers have been told are the ingredients are not always the ingredients. And unless these suppliers are independently testing their lash liquids by outsourcing them to a toxicologist in their own country that they can trust, you're never going to know that what is written on a little sheet from your manufacturer saying this is definitely in this lash glue, it's going to be in the lash glue. But you do want to be looking at it to see what is in there. Number 3, you also want to be able to see a copy of the material safety data sheet. Again, this isn't going to include all of the ingredients, but sometimes it will give you an insight into the stabilizers in there. But unfortunately, again, a lot of them are false. I've had my material safety data sheet stolen, which is why I no longer have them on my website, by companies in the Far East that I knew full well were taking them to copy them and pass them off as their own. If you don't know how to spot a fake material safety data sheet, and it takes a lot to learn how to do this, it won't make much sense to you, unfortunately. But saying that, just yesterday I was talking to a lovely lady on Instagram who's been using an adhesive from a very, very, very big brand in the USA that I'm sure all of you USA ladies will be probably buying from, who had 2 ingredients in there, as in stabilizers, that are banned here in the UK. So N-methylpyrrolidone and polyisocyanate. Very, very harmful, should never ever be used in beauty grade. And if they're not using beauty grade and they're using industrial, you need to be wearing high level of PPE with it. Yet they're in a lash glue that is coming out of the Far East then being sold by a big, huge American company you'll all know about, because that supplier doesn't know anything about their products and the ingredients that go into them. They're just taking it on face value that they're safe. Another thing is you want them to provide documentation for the quality and the purity of the ingredients that are used in their glue. So for example, here in the UK, when our products are manufactured, they have to have the relevant safety assessments for them. So when a product is made in our lab, it goes off and gets tested to make sure that the ingredients in there qualify for it to be beauty grade. So you want to be asking that manufacturer, have you got the relevant paperwork? And also don't forget, it needs to be legal in your country that you're bringing it into to state that that is safe, because if it's not relevant in your country, your insurance probably won't accept it, and if you had a claim, you haven't got a leg to stand on. Number 4, you want to be asking for a toxicology report from the country that your supplier is selling from. So let's say you were buying from a USA company. They'd originally bought from Far East, which is where they buy from. You would want that product to have been tested by an independent toxicologist. It will normally cost that company, well in the UK, between £600 to £900. So that's about $800 to $1,200, I think, to test that one product, to then be able to provide the correct paperwork to say that that is safe, that the ingredients, the stabilizers have all been tested, they're safe to be used on humans, there's nothing nasty in there, and then that company, that big company that you're buying off, can provide you with that toxicology report to say this is safe. So everything that I do here in the UK. You also need to know, so number 5, does that lash adhesive comply with the regulations in your country? So very, very important, because if you're a country that requires insurance like we have in the UK here, our lash liquids have to be UK compliant. So if you're buying from a company here in the UK that's products aren't UK compliant, which means NAFL really, done this in another one, but basically you've uploaded it to a portal and written a load of crap and bull about what ingredients are in it, and no one's ever going to test it and look at it. They just take your word for it that it's fine. But it does mean you're covered by insurance in case anything goes wrong. Doesn't mean the product's safe, you're just covered by insurance. But you need to know that that glue or liquid that you're buying has the correct safety standards or regulations on it that you require in your country that you work in, so that you are covered, you're not open for any lawsuit or anything. And finally, ask them if they can provide anything to back up any quality control processes they go through, consistency of the product, making sure that each batch that comes in is high quality. So for my products, every single batch that runs off a machine has to be tested by a toxicologist to ensure that formula is safe, so that you get consistency with the product. There's no cross-contamination that's gone into that. This is really important. So what happens obviously in the Far East is that you will have batches that just delivery of lash liquids, just batches that come in. How do you know that batch is the same as what's before? How do you know what's, the quality and all of that? You need to be asking that question. So hopefully that just gives you a little bit of information to jot those down and ask your lash suppliers those questions. Because if you're giving them money, if you're going to give them money, your suppliers, to send you a product that you're using in your business, that you're exposing yourself to and your clients to, and also you're opening yourself up for, any compensation if anything was to go wrong, you've got to be 100% certain that the person you're giving money to is providing you with a safe product, because they don't know. Like I said, I've educated. These suppliers don't know what they're buying, and this is going to come down on you. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight into it. If you have any questions, please pop it in the comments, or feel free to reach out to me personally. You can find my details at eyelashexcellence.com. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, visit the website for super safe liquid and glue products that we sell all across the globe. And yeah, I'm always happy to answer any questions that you may have, assist you with any reactions you're having, any advice that you need. I've been researching this for 9 years now, so still a lot I need to learn, but I'm always happy to help when possible. And don't forget to check out my other videos in this series.